Now, what Manohar Parrikar has done is worse than that. He's used some kind of a ridiculous, juvenile, perverted anecdote to joke around in a public forum. Manohar Parrikar should get a rap on the knuckles from the Prime Minister, and we need to know what action the Prime Minister has taken on it. Another caller from Stockholm, and I'm glad, at least after hearing our viewer tonight, you are not shouting anymore, you are listening. Kuldeep Mishra from Stockholm. Kuldeep Mishra from Stockholm. I want to listen to the viewer right now. Kuldeep Mishra from Stockholm. Mr. Mishra, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Arnav, how are you? Hello. Yes.
Very well, sir. Thank you for watching in Stockholm.
And I'm very disappointed to see that why Mamata Banerjee and whole TMC members are supporting this guy, Mr. Paul, who is no deserve to be a MP at all. And I appeal Mr. Pranab Mukherjee, because he is from Bengal, he was representing Bengal constituency for long years, he should not keep quiet. He should take his own power and terminate this man immediately, and he should not be allowed to join the MP Lok Sabha session from Monday onwards. Because such kind of arrogance, not only displayed by Mr. Paul, it has been the same fashion shown by Mr. Nigam and Mr. Jaiswal in the past. And Congress party did not do anything. They were just supporting them and all. So
they
it
didn't
has
do
become
anything.
some kind
Absolutely.
of fashion. And
they didn't do anything.
To show arrogance and proud in this way. So they should be taken immediately.
And you know, Mr. Mishra, first of all, I'm very happy you're watching there in Stockholm. A point here simply is the Congress party is led by a woman. The Trinamool Congress is led by a woman. The BJP's Narendra Modi says, don't analyze rape, and yet Manohar Parrikar says what he does. And all political parties say we should have an all-party meeting. Tomorrow, Aryaman Sundaram, they will say that, you know, let us have a constitution amendment to make sure that we speak with some sobriety. Tomorrow, political parties might even say, let's have a joint session of parliament to discuss whether we need to act on Tapas Pal. My very basic question is, tell me, Mr. Sundaram, what will be the consequence of Tapas Pal being allowed to enter parliament in the next session? If he continues as a member of parliament, what will be the symbolism of that? For you as a citizen, not just as a Supreme Court lawyer or activist.
For me as a citizen of India, I can only feel ashamed. I'll be shamefaced that I have actually a legislator who is going to decide the laws of my country and will decide so many important things, that this is a man who I have got to follow in what he decides in Parliament. Unfortunately, the way our law stands, he cannot be prevented from going into Parliament. The only thing which can prevent him going into Parliament is his party.
The Speaker can take action.
Because
Sumitra Mahajan can take action.
Legally, Arnab, there will be a problem there.
No, Mr. Sundaram.
Legally, because unless there's a breach of the privilege of the House itself.
No,
I'd like to hear that, because I've been looking at this.
It can't be left to Mamata Banerjee.
I'd be glad to see that, because I've been looking into it. Arnab, may I just say this? I'll be glad if I can hear that, because I've been looking into this, and I felt that unless he had done something in the House itself or something connected with the House, the question of the Speaker taking action against him, even if he has committed a crime, you know, as per the law, unless he is convicted of the crime, he still has a right to be a parliamentarian. All I can say is, as a citizen, as a person, I can only feel ashamed. And unfortunately, I think every single person who voted for him should feel equally ashamed.
That observation of yours, even if it is sound, I hope you don't mind my saying it, Mr. Sundaram, makes me feel extremely disenfranchised and disillusioned. Because I would have expected that in our entire system, you know, you can pick up criminal intimidation 503, you can pick up promoting enmity
between different groups. I believe you can file a criminal case against him. Arnab, you're right. I do believe a criminal case can be filed against him.
No, so a criminal case can be filed against him where? Does it have to be filed in the place in Nadia or wherever it happened? Or can it be filed anywhere in the country?
Well, if he said it and it was being broadcast, and at the time he said it, it was being live broadcast, then anywhere where that broadcast was heard will be a place where an incitement took place.
No, because Mamata Banerjee now says 1 second. She says CPM leaders also say a lot of things. They did not protest. This happened a month ago. You should have raised this then and action could have been taken.
Look, Arnab, every single party we've had the Samajwadi Party leader saying something absolutely atrocious, something shocking. We've had BJP leaders saying things shocking. We've had congressmen saying things shocking. We have every politician saying these shocking things. And the sad fact is, I share your concern that we as citizens are subject to this because these are the people who are meant to be ruling this country.
No, but I don't accept.
And every party is involved.
I don't reconcile myself to this sense of helplessness.
Half a second.
Yes,
it is
Ranjana.
not helplessness. File a criminal case. File a criminal case against him.
Mr. Sundaram, it is responsibility of the state to file a case against the member of parliament who's made such a statement.
Of course.
And secondly,
when I said file a case, I mean the state. You're right.
Of the government.
State will not act.
Yeah. So
Madam, there are innumerable cases in Bengal, innumerable instances. See, our party has lost 172 of our cadres in the last 3 years. What is going on? Mamata Banerjee is telling, will I kill him? Earlier instances are there.
This is not a Bengal specific issue anymore. Rita Prato.
No. See,
one second. This is not, with respect, this is not a Bengal specific issue anymore. This is a national issue.
Yes.
A member of the Indian parliament says something which violates half the Indian population and more.
CPI-M will move a privilege motion against him in the parliament as soon as the parliament is in session. In Bengal, what is happening? A complete reign of terror is continuing, and in connivance with the state administration, everybody is guarded. I just mentioned that name of that fellow, Manirul Islam, publicly telling I have killed 3 people, and his name is dropped from the charge sheet. And that is the true state of affairs in Bengal. It's a complete mayhem.
And if Mamata Banerjee feels, if Mamata Banerjee has become so arrogant that she thinks today she can throw the mandate and say that she will not act against a member of parliament, then I'm asking, Mamata Banerjee, please ask yourself, has your party lost it? Your party leaders say, go kill people, shoot them, kill 2 to 4 people, attack the CPI-M with axes, kill them with axes, and then come back and prove yourself to me, and I will see who dares to arrest you. This is a show of goons, Mamata Banerjee. Now, unless you, like we often say, Pakistan should sometimes declare itself a terrorist state if it wants to carry out these terrorist acts. Then West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee can declare itself to be some kind of a renegade goon state run by a bunch of goons. It is the choice they have, but under the Indian constitution, they cannot be allowed. Next caller tonight from Bangalore is Mukti. Mukti, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Arnab.
Good evening. Go ahead, Mukti. I can hear you.
Yeah. First of all, I want to say to BJP spokesperson and their chief minister from Goa, shame on you as a party. This is so surprising. I had a great expectation from the BJP that this is what we had voted for you. The women of this country are treated like this each and every day. How long we'll discuss these issues sitting in the studio? Nothing is changing. Their mindset is not, this is today, this is BJP, yesterday it was Congress. So, they are different side of the same coin. What it seems to me is that we need to unite ourselves and we need to, that nota, none of the above, that should be made mandatory so that we should have, we the public, we do not have a power with us. For 5 years, we have to keep quiet. That is the tragedy of the democracy today. So we need to strengthen none of the above so that any political party, if he is doing anything, stringent laws should be there. They should be put behind there, whoever it may be, CM, PM or whatever it may be. So I am totally disgusted listening all the time discussion in that studio and nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen. I'm really sorry for this saying all these things. But I'm really surprised. We need to, they won't change, Arnab. They won't change. Unless and until we do not have a stringent law against them, simply they will apologize and they will escape.
But Mr. Mukti, can I just say one thing? I remember, and I'm very glad that you're calling tonight. I remember that in 2010, nobody in September 2010 or October would have thought that A. Raja would have gone to jail or that Suresh Kalmadi would have gone to jail, and yet they did. So I do believe, Mr. Mukti, my humble submission to you is, I do believe that the force of public opinion is enough sometimes to make politicians wake from their slumber. And this is the case here, because Advaita, I'm just going to close by asking you and Malavika to come in. My first question to Malavika and then to you. I'm repeating myself here, Malavika, can the case of Tapas Pal be made a test case? Why can't we snatch away that right from a partisan group like the Trinamool Congress, which is so prejudiced that it will not act against it? We wouldn't let partisan and prejudiced juries decide legal cases, so why should Mamata Banerjee decide what happens to Tapas Pal when he is a member of our parliament? And it's not a Trinamool Congress parliament.
No, I agree. I agree. There should be criminal case filed against him, and anybody can do it. Anybody can file a complaint. Anybody can push for it. Any state should be taking suo moto notice in any case, but be that as it may, as you say, anybody else can as well. And it is a criminal offence what he has suggested, to incite violence, particularly violence against women, and it should be a test case. It's important.
Absolutely, and our viewers are sounding so concerned, and some of them are actually sounding helpless today. I can sense the anger, but I'm also seeing the reason just bounce off political parties, almost as if, they wouldn't react. Advaita, long-term consequences of seeing Tapas Pal enter Parliament on Monday, if he does.
I think a part of that helplessness is something I feel as well, because I think none of the political parties can claim any higher moral ground on this
anymore. Yeah.
And the hypocrisy is so clear to the ordinary person that they are all in it in one way or the other. Even if you look at Mr. Manohar Parrikar, who's a great chief minister, what he does with that statement is really facilitate an air of permissiveness, and that is the least. That is the least of what he does. That is the least of what he does.
But the chief minister stand before.
Let Advaita speak something.
I got Advaita's point.
No, you can't say you got a point. I didn't get a point. The viewers want to hear.
All the points.
Sambit Patra, do not try to do this kind of unofficial censorship on the program.
Well, I think this is part. This is the environment. This is the environment in which public discourse exists when it comes to women and when it comes to misogyny. But the bottom line is that
the Tarun Tejpals are everywhere, and we have to have strict hands to deal with them.
May I just say one thing?
Now, I want to engage with you on that. But kindly do not speak rubbish on the Newshour, because as far as 1 minute, let me speak now. You've spoken. As far as the Tarun Tejpal case was concerned, no channel went harder on it than Times Now, and you have absolutely no right. You have absolutely no right to try and use that as some balancing act. Don't do that. You are exposing yourself. Advaita, please.
Don't talk of the BJP.
Advaita.
I mean, spokespersons may have to defend the indefensible and toe their party line, but the public owes no such loyalty to any of them. And that's something that they should understand very clearly. It's a common sense argument. It's nothing more than that.
Well, I think you'll be judged by what you do and also be judged by what you say. Now, Mamata Banerjee does not reserve the right to decide what happens to Tapas Pal. If the people do, and if the parliament does, then we wait for one more day to see who acts. Thank you for joining me on debate number 1 on the Newshour tonight.